Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Words of Heart podcast. I am your host, Dion Sanchez. And in this episode, we are going to shake things up a bit. Joining me in this episode is my good friend and fellow podcaster, Abigail, who is the host of the Manic Pixie Weirdo Podcast. She was also on in a previous episode called, I believe it was called Manic Pixie Weirdo Trivia or something like that. Either way, she is back with me in this episode. She is going to put me in the hot seat on my very own show about being single. So, Abigail, take it away.
Hi, Dee. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
I'm so glad you are here. This should be fun.
I'm excited. Okay, so let's just get started. First, I guess the very obvious question is, what is it like being single in the modern day?
What is it like being single in the modern day? It is not fun at all. Yes, being single and embracing your independence is fabulous, and I've learned to adapt to that in some way, but it doesn't beat the warm, nice cuddles and snuggles with a particular spouse. You can cuddle yourself, but it's not quite the same feeling.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Have you tried like dating apps and stuff, or are you more of a an old school where you go to like a bar or like a movie or something?
Well, I am guilty of using dating apps. I didn't really start dating until I was 21. I was allowed to date when I was 16 years old, yet meeting guys or approaching guys wasn't in my wheelhouse. I was a Christian, so obviously I still believed in saving sex before marriage, but you're a young woman, your body is evolving, and I learned to embrace my features and my aspects and assets of that nature. Yet it's approaching guys wasn't possible for me. So fast forward to me being 21, I started utilizing dating apps, even though Catfish gave me plenty of reasons not to. The show.
Oh.
But I still utilized it anyhow because I just couldn't meet a guy. So I went on Plenty of Fish and OkCupid and all those particular dating apps because it seemed simpler. And I came across a guy named Kyle, and he ended up being my first boyfriend. I was 21 at the time, and it didn't really last long, unfortunately. We spoke about 3 months online. Then we met, I want to say it was a March, around that time, 3 months. We met the fourth month and we just dated. We were basically in a relationship. Dated a couple times. It was a couple months later, or not. It lasted 6 months, just to give you an accurate count. Barely lasted 6 months. I was the one that ended it. He was a good boyfriend. He was Caucasian, white. Not that I have anything against any gender or ethnicity of any kind. I was just attracted to him. That's who I was particularly drawn to at the time. We went to the movies, we went bowling. What inevitably was the cause of it ending is I'm a big romantic at heart. I was on your podcast a while back and I explained how my poetry mantra is basically romantic and sensual. So
Yeah.
I like to think I'm a huge romantic, and I like to put that into effect as far as relationships go, or romantic relationships. And he was my first boyfriend, so I was probably very naive. I'm not ashamed to say that. Just the idea of someone accepting me for me, which stems a bit from my childhood, fitting in with my social peers and getting that acceptance, and then wanting that acceptance from a man, for if that makes any sense. Because
Yeah.
as a female, we do want to be like desired and cherished and perhaps worshipped, however you want to take that. So the fact that he was interested in me, I was just in awe of that. So, but because of how naive I was, I do believe communication is fairly important. Um, Unfortunately, I'm trying to think back. 'Cause I was 21. I'm about to be 26 next week, so it's been a while. But he would. I'm a nice person. I'm understanding of circumstances. If you can't make it to something or a date, then I completely understand that. Like, I don't want you to be totally obsessed with me, but I do value some sense of time or some consideration. But
Mhm.
I don't feel like he considered me as much as I thought, because he would cancel dates literally seconds, the day of, seconds before he's actually scheduled to show up. And he had parents. His mom was sick with cancer, and I was um sympathetic to that because my dad also had cancer and you're ailing parents. So I get caring for them and taking care of them. So I completely was respectful of that. He's like, oh, my mom needs my help with chores and this and that. So I have to cancel. I'm like, okay, being totally bummed about the situation. But then several hours later, I would come to the knowledge of the fact that he was free now. So I would think, hey, he canceled the date. Perhaps he would still like to see me since that was part of the plan. But instead, he went to go hang out with his friends instead of trying to make up the date that was canceled. So what I began to picture or began to come to the realization is that it felt like he was picking his friends over me. He would cancel dates and ditch me to go hang out with his friends. And I'm all for friendships and hang out with dude, guy night, girl night, but I just didn't feel, I thought it was messed up that and this became a constant thing. And if I wasn't Facebook friends with one of his friends, I probably would have no knowledge of the fact that he was off hanging out with them. So he would cancel dates. And then what was the real gut punch to me breaking up with him was that he never introduced me to his parents. We dated for about 5 months, barely 6 months. And whenever the opportunity would come to meet his mom or dad, it just wouldn't happen. So that really began to annoy me because he met my father and a fair amount of people in my family, probably like 4 or 5 of my family members, and it just annoyed me because I mean we couldn't even do a FaceTime call. I mean, I know his mom is sick, so but he I feel like that wasn't even registering in his brain. Like, oh, we can FaceTime, we can do that, or I can meet his dad. Like, I don't have to meet both of them, although I would like to. One parent would be good enough. I mean, he didn't meet my mom; he met my dad, so I just felt like he wasn't, he didn't, I
He
wasn't
wasn't.
important.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
understand that. Yeah.
I ended up breaking up with him. I explained um that I was upset, and um he didn't even try to fight for me. He was just completely okay about it. And then I texted him back saying that's the problem, him not fighting
Mm.
for me. So yeah, that ended. It was a fairly okay relationship, I feel.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it was a really bad relationship. It just kind
But
of sounds like you guys were on different pages, and and that's okay, because maybe it wasn't supposed to work out right then. Um, I just I don't know, there it's hindsight is 2020, and it's always easier looking back and
yeah,
like, making critiques and stuff like that. And so it's it's
I mean, it could have worked out, but eh.
no, it's okay. And it's okay. And you know what? And that's okay. It's okay that it's okay. Maybe it wasn't supposed to, and that's okay. That's okay. It's not meant to be with everyone.
Right. Um, and I'm so blinded by my own romantic nature that, and the thing is, I wanted the silver lining, I wanted to work out, but it didn't. And just to give you further insight to the relationship, I mentioned him canceling dates. He
So like
oh,
with
oh
these
my bad. Again, you're in control right now.
sorry. No. I was just gonna say, so like, are these the things that you would consider to be important to you? Like these are things in a relationship that are important to you. And like what are they?
I consider communication to be important. The lack of communication, I find truly, 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 truly annoying.
Okay.
It doesn't sit well with me because of my childhood and my struggle to fit in and have friends and be alone. I don't sit well with the lack of communication, and that's in any relationship. So communication is important to me. Honesty is important to me, and feeling important and valued in your life. That's very much important to me.
Oh, those are all very valid things. I mean, those are all like I think that's true for me. That's definitely true for me. I think that's true for a lot of people.
And I think again, accepting me for who I am. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have been guilty of possibly changing who I am to attract a particular guy.
Oh, I've done that. I've done that.
Just to give you some backtrack, it was actually 2019. I was speaking to a guy. I can give you further details later, but actually, you know what? I'm just gonna be honest. If my audience kills me, then that's on them, I guess. But I ended up still communicating with his best friend, the best friend to my ex.
Okay.
So we communicated. He wasn't good at sustaining a relationship, obviously, and yet he confided in me. I confided in him, even though it was about his best friend, which was incredibly awkward. And we developed some type of flirtationship. I know that's not a word, but that's the best word.
It is now.
A flirtationship, pretty much. And yet we never went out on a date. We've met each other, obviously, but it was just a lot of back and forth of him trying to get me to have sex with him. He would even say that he loves me. And I can go into further detail about that word love.
Oh, red flags, red flags, red flags.
Because that particular word is used to me a lot, which is crazy. But I was about to turn 24, and I was considering abandoning all I believe in for this particular guy, and yet I consider it a blessing that it didn't work out because he inevitably ghosted me and blocked me like he normally does. He freaked out or for whatever reason that may be. But that particular month I ended up getting sick and my whole world took a turn for the worst anyhow, because I was developing symptoms of diabetes. So it's a very good thing that I didn't explore my sexuality in my new age because of everything that was going on with me or was going to occur to me because I was sick and I could have died. So, and then January 2020 hit, the year we all love. So,
wait, it's a forgotten year. We don't acknowledge that.
yes, it is a forgotten year. It's a ghost year pretty much.
Yeah, doesn't exist, didn't happen.
But the idea of finding someone is not easy for me. I had one boyfriend, then I had another boyfriend courtesy of online relationships, and that lasted about a month and he ended up breaking up with me. That one was particularly hard because he seeked me out, he chased me, he desired me for more than just my body, which is a rare quality, and he got me to take my guard down. He even watched YouTube videos of me that I posted, and he just wanted to know everything about me, and he can tell that I've been hurt. like he can see into my soul. It was really weird. But I got my guard down. He got me to say those infamous words that I was so afraid to use, because it seems like every time I say them, they backfire, they haunt me. It never works for me. Um,
What are they?
it's I love you.
Yeah.
I was really cautious of using those words. Like I never got a chance to experience those words really, and it seems like they're less than genuine when they're spoken to me. So I was really cautious. He was like really great and sweet. I met his mom. That was great to me. He met my family, and it was October 27th, 2020. So that would be a year ago. And we spent my birthday together. I got my wish. I've always wanted to spend my birthday with a boyfriend, and I had one. And that Sunday, November 23rd, is we were like giggling, going back and forth, and like, oh, say it. No, I don't want to say it. And I ended up saying that I love you. And that was a big deal, because I actually began to believe the words. He wanted me to believe that he would never hurt me. But then I began to worry. I think this may have been my downfall, but I could be wrong. I began to worry because he knew so much about me already, that I feel like that the, getting to know each other aspect already occurred. So there was no mystery. There was no, how do we keep the conversation going if you already know so much about me? That was a real huge fear of mine. Like, you're going to lose interest. You're just going to disappear because you already know so much. So, and that my fear ended up coming true, because one morning he texted me saying, I don't think this is going to work out. I have other things coming on in my life, and I'm not ready for a serious relationship. And that really hurt. And I had trouble letting that go, because I finally let my guard down and was vulnerable and transparent, and whoosh. And it was like during it was December. I had like literally just bought him a Christmas gift, my first time buying a gift for a spouse, and just all disappeared in an instant. And I think the issue is the fact that he was used to being in sexual relationships, and that's not where I was at. However, I was at a point in our relationship where if he was to ask me to have sex, then I was vulnerable enough that it would have happened, honestly, because I genuinely loved him. And yet the second I said those words, poof, everything disappeared. So
I've had that too, where it feels like that. I think it's hard, and it sucks, and it's painful. Especially when you become so vulnerable. In that, I do think that when I was in those relationships, my anxiety, like you said, got the best of me too. And I would start to overthink everything. And then I would start to think like, this is just going to end. Like, I don't know why I'm taking it seriously. And I would like psych myself out of it. And that didn't help the situation, because it was almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it never ended up well. But I don't know. I mean, it's always hard. Like, are you okay?
It is hard. And because it was probably it's hard for me to let go. I know as people, we need to grow and evolve and change. And hey, I consider myself the warrior for change. So I'm probably like disparaging my mantra in a way, but it was hard for me to let that relationship go. And yet, I'm beating myself up right now, yet we're still in contact. And to be even more relevant,
Maybe that's good though.
he sent me a Snapchat this morning because I'm just
Ooh, scandalous. What is it?
it was just a photo of him in his uniform saying hi because I said hey last night. I was having a really bad night and I just messaged him out of pure comfort really. So I said hey and he messaged me this morning with hey with a picture of himself, and I was just so caught off guard because I didn't expect him to send me a picture. So
Ooh. Take
I
it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. If you're gonna do it, please listen to me. If you're gonna do it, go slow. Go very, very slowly.
so I mean, I just it's Snapchat. You take pictures, you send each other pictures. So I was getting ready for work. So I just took a picture of myself on my phone with the whole mirror and the phone showing in my little work shirt and just said, "How are you?" and just sent it back to him. And I'm smiling because I didn't expect him to say anything about the photo or even respond really, because he has no reason to respond.
Oh, look at you, you're blushing.
He has no reason to respond to me. I mean, we're not in a relationship. I mean, for anything, he should think I'm a weirdo because I just
No.
he messaged me
Get
back.
that. I need you to be nicer to my friend. You're being mean to my friend right now, and I need you to be nicer to my friend
So he
because
messaged me
you
back.
are a catch, sweetheart.
He messaged me back saying looking good and that he was doing good, and I was just like, okay, he thinks I look good. I was not expecting that. So and the photo he sent me has been stuck in my head all day. I didn't save it. I know you can save things on Snapchat, but I thought that would be stupid of me to save it. So I didn't save it, but it's logged into my brain. And yeah, that's probably I mean, we've been talking to each other back and forth, back and forth. Today was probably the first compliment he's given me, and that was totally unsolicited because I just sent a regular photo. I mean, I have my hair up like now, no lipstick, just in a t-shirt.
You still look cute.
So it was just interesting that he still thinks I look good and that he finds me attractive still. So that was good. And then I tried to go on my rest of my day, and he told me he was at work because he's a security guard, and I texted him that, oh, I just got home from work, haha. So I'm lucky. So I guess he's still at work because he hasn't Snapchatted me back, but it felt good that I looked good. It brought a smile to my face. So
Well, yeah, everybody likes to get compliments. Everybody likes to feel good. And you should feel good. You should be smiling from ear to ear because that's so cute.
He's just such a good guy. It's hard for me to hate him. You should hate your exes,
no. We need to nip that in the bud right now. You should not hate your exes. You should just not think about them.
If only it was that simple. But
no, but that's when you know. At least that's how I know. Like when I'm over somebody is when I don't think about you anymore at all. That's how I know that it's over.
And it's not like I didn't try to get over him. I've tried, but there's a lot of
it's hard. It's hard. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a break.
Word, love. Though it's words that should not be taken lightly. And yet for me, it's been told to me many, many times. And here's the thing. I know people believe in love at first sight, and I have an awesome personality, and I'm bubbly and nice, and I don't lie. But to give you a full concept of me talking to guys as a single female, for me, I talked to a guy for probably 2 seconds for one day. We just met. And yet they have the audacity and their, I don't know, weird brain. Perhaps they have emotional issues, which again, no disrespect to anyone who goes through things. But for me, for that person to say they love me after speaking to me for 2 seconds in a day, I just find that to be disturbing and weird and crazy. Perhaps that's not how everybody else is, but love is a really powerful word. You should not just say it like you're getting a bag of tacos or something. Like, you need to experience it. You need to let it grow. You should go on a date first before you even throw the word out. And for me, it's used constantly by guys. I'm like, yeah. And the thing is, it still occurs even after I explain my fear. Like, hey, I'm gonna be honest, I'm worried about you saying that you love me before we even go on a date. And yet it still happens. And then bye-bye. I like, no, red flag, not talking to you anymore. And guys, online dating is not fun. It's not fun at all. Guys have tried to get me to download the WhatsApp app, which I refuse to download anymore. They've tried proposing to me with the ring and manipulating me and money and all that other drama and jargon, and I'm smart enough not to buy it, but it's just the links guys would go to find someone. But to throw around the word love, that's yeah.
Well, I want to know what your definition of love is. What is love to you?
My definition.
What does that mean? Yeah.
My definition of love. You would think I can come up with an answer right away, considering I've written so many poems on the subject. I think how I define love is the capacity to love someone for who they are and to accept them for everything they are, their flaws, their fears, their insecurities, that you shouldn't try to change them. And that it's like a yin and yang. I know that's a real symbolic of symbols and relationships, black and white. You should be able to blend together into something beautiful, with his flaws, your flaws, and find a cohesive balance and perhaps be better versions of each other in the process.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. That's really pretty.
Thanks. I'm so glad we're doing this. It's not often I get put in the hot seat on my own show.
So, okay. So that's your definition of love. And that's what it means to you. Now, what does it look like?
What does it look like? What does it look like?
Like, can you describe it? Like, what does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What is it like? What, like, tell me. Like, I want to know. Describe it.
Sure. I'm trying to look into my own heart now. It's just a intense surge of emotions and butterflies. I love butterflies. I have a freaking butterfly tattoo on my shoulder for crying out.
Me too.
See, we always make that tattoos. So there's yin and yang right there.
It's true. It's true.
But I think being present and is what I envision a romantic relation, being present and being there for that person, loyalty. I have a great family, a great life, but and I'm just gonna be a little vulnerable here. Here. I'm closer to my dad than I am my mom. My mom has her own issues, which are completely her own, and I'm not going to get into, but she wasn't really present in my life. So I think that piggy banks on what I seek in relationships, because I value communication so much because it was so lacking, and just the fact that I would like that person to be present and not like a ghost. So I picture love being present, being there in the moment with that person, and just yeah, like getting emotional here, but
No, I love it. I love that. I love that. Keep going. You're doing great.
I imagine that person being present in your life, not seeking. I imagine that person being present.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, well, because that's what all that, there's like meditation and like all this stuff. And it's always like, just be present, just be present. I I I think that's a little bit easier said than done. Uh, are
I mean,
you
I know nobody's, huh?
Hmm? No,
I
go
was,
ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I know nobody is perfect, and I'm not expecting Romeo on a white horse or Heath Ledger on a weird burrito bus or something. And I'm just
Well,
throwing out romantic characters because
R.I.P. Heath Ledger. I love you. You were
um,
amazing.
but I just want you there.
Yeah.
It's not being there is not that hard, and to acknowledge the fact that I am who I am and that you shouldn't try to change it. I feel like, and again, trying to date people is not easy. Like the thing with
Right.
that other guy who apparently is in a relationship now because we still talk. That's just who we are. Because I'm all for being friends with someone. I felt like I just had to throw everything I believed in for him, and I shouldn't have to do that. So
No, it should be equal.
it
Should
should be
be.
both. So I'm really adamant, especially now, 26. Well, I say I'm 26, which I might as well about to be 26 in a few days.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. I'm really adamant after that to not change for anyone. Like I am who I am. If we take a serious path, then so be it. But I don't want that to be what's the word? Assumed already. Assumed
Right.
like we're just gonna get in bed together and sleep around or something. Like
Right. Right.
I value my beauty and my body, and I have plenty of poems that would make anybody go loco. Of course, you've heard some of them
Yes.
also. But that is a part of me. It's who I am. I am a Scorpio. I know zodiac signs may play a factor to people, but either way, it's a part of me, but there's more facets to who I am. And I rather you love me for more than my body. And my mind is what I value most.
Huh.
And I think guys undervalue that because I have big boobs, which I can't believe I just said that, but it's true.
Congratulations to you. I do not. So jealous.
But yeah, I will say this, and this is like a weird memory that I felt like I should share. It was high school. Of course, high
Ooh.
school. There's a million relationships. Me, of course, wanting one, but never could have one. It was Valentine's Day. A day I'm not a fan of because there was balloons and hearts and everything. I just wasn't, and there was couples. It was lunchtime, break time. Like, you know what? I can't handle this. Let me just go to class early. So I'm walking down the stairwell, and there's this guy. I'm sorry. I just got sidetracked. I got a Snapchat notification, but I'm not gonna look to see who it is.
Look. Do it. Do it.
I was walking down the hallway. There was this guy. He said either he gave me a comic or said something. I gave him like a one-word answer, and I just kept walking. He was referring to my boobs or my breasts. Again, kept walking. I was really uncomfortable. It was Valentine's Day. I hated the fact that I was single. So I just kept walking. He was sort of hassling me and harassing me a bit. And then I got down to the stairwell. And he grabbed my boob, and I was shocked, and I was like, why did that just happen on this day? Like, what the hell? So I walked away. I think the bell rung in that instant. I was shocked. I was appalled. I didn't know what to do. I felt invaded. Okay, I have
Yes.
but like that's not something I want guys to do. So
Yeah, not okay at all.
either I spoke to the resource officer either that day or the next day, and they told the disciplinary officer, and they spoke to the kid, I guess outside or something, outside of me meeting with them, and she called my father. I did tell my dad and my sister about the situation, and they were livid about it.
Yeah, I'm mad.
So the resource officer called my dad about the situation, and that they disciplined him or figured out what the next course of action. Like, do you want to sue him or press charges on him? And my dad's a pretty cool, level-headed dad, but he has a temper, obviously. So he decided to not press charges. And he may have got suspended. I don't really quite remember the situation, because this was, come to think of it, I'm pretty sure it was like 9th grade or 9th or 10th grade. It was definitely high school, but it was just really, it was a horrible moment, and to happen on Valentine's Day, the day of love, it was just not a fun moment. And I keep thinking I should look at Snapchat now, but I'm not going to.
No, do it. Or here.
Okay, it's not even him, it's my best friend Xandra, so there's nothing to look at now. So I can talk to her anytime, because anyhow, yeah, that was a not fun high school memory. There's also middle school with this guy who's always touching girls' butts, and he touched mine, and unfortunately I know him through grade school, so that was really uncomfortable, and he's really creepy, and he got disciplined for that as well. But yeah, guys and just finding people doesn't work out for me all that well.
Yeah, that's
And
traumatizing. Oh my
and
gosh.
sexual harassment I'm familiar with,
Oh
unfortunately.
my gosh.
Um,
I mean, I get it to a certain extent, like you were children, but at the same time, like, come on. Oh
I
my
mean, and the
gosh.
thing with the middle school one, it's not like I didn't tell him to stop. I did tell. I mean, I did. I like stayed out of his way.
Yeah.
I did it to all the other girls who were wild. I'm just gonna put it
Why
that
does it seem like every girl I talk to has a story like that? Like it's a nightmare out there, you guys. It's a nightmare.
way. It wasn't, and I keep to myself. I don't do anything, and and it would be a kid I know from grade school, and we ended up in the same middle school, and he was just so creepy and always trying to get with girls or flirt with them or mess with them, and just he made a message, it was middle school hallway. We were like coming back from the gym or something, heading into class. It was a monster crowd around us. So, and I don't know where the resource officer was or the disciplinary officer at the time, but he just like went up from behind, and just I couldn't do much about it. And they're like, but I did tell someone eventually, and they put a restraining order against them or something along those lines. But yes, sexual harassment occurred to me at least twice in my life, middle school then high school.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
I appreciate your sympathy and concern.
That's
I mean,
oh
it's still, unfortunately, that's still a common. I hope it's not. Well, I want to say I hope it's not a common thing, but that's not entirely true. It is a common thing, as much as I don't want to believe that. But unfortunately, it just happened to happen to me. So, but it didn't get invasive or too far. So
well, thank God, but it shouldn't have gotten to that point at
yeah.
in the beginning. So, oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. We cannot end on that note. That's too we cannot end on that. Absolutely
Well,
not. I refuse.
well, we could go with my icebreaker game.
Okay.
that I do with everyone. And since you were on the last season, you haven't been introduced to it yet.
Oh, okay. I'm excited.
So the Icebreaker Game. Let me get my phone. Go to my notes here. Oh, it's such a fun game. And I was hoping
I'm
I could do
excited.
it with you before this episode. So, I need my timer because it's part of. Oh, what did I just do?
Oh, what happened?
Oh, okay. I thought I erased it. So the game is called Song Association.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to be an avid singer, Abigail. Trust me, karaoke and all the shower singing is completely acceptable, truly. But
Okay.
how the game works is I give you the word, and you can either sing it, rap it, and it has to either be pertaining natural word, like it could be angel of mine, or it could be in the lyrics and say angel. It has to be in the song title or in the lyrics. However, you don't have the luxury of time. You have 15 seconds from the second I give you the word to try to sing it in that time span.
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
this is such a fun.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm scared.
I am going to change two of the words
What
in
if I don't know the
honor of
song?
episode. Actually,
Oh, no.
I'll just change one. I'll be nice. I'll just change one.
What if I don't know the song? Oh no.
It's not hard. I just need to find my timer.
A, B, C, D. It better be like that easy.
See, I'm putting you in the hot seat too.
You are. Oh my gosh. I'm so scared.
I didn't tell you about this ahead of time. I just told you about putting me
You
in the hot
didn't.
seat. So, all right. So the first word is heart.
Heart, like the band.
It wouldn't be a band. It would be a song.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do another one. Oh my gosh, I'm so blanking.
You should know this one because it's a really
Oh my god, I should have said "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion. What am I doing?
You should have. This next word is a really popular song and it pertains to our topic, so you should know it. The word is single.
All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Snap a chance up. I don't know any more of that song.
It's a song. By Beyonce. So that's why I picked the word single in honor of our episode. So normally that word would have been words, honestly.
Yeah.
I changed it up in 5 seconds in honor of this episode. So you got one.
I got one. I'm doing I'm 50-50 right now.
So the last word, maybe I should change the last word, but I won't. The last word is faith.
Faith.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a song.
Faithfully. You don't know it.
Do you know the artist? I might.
Yeah, Journey.
Okay. I believe in our awesome friendship that you won't lie to me. So I believe you. So I'll go with that. And
it's called Faith. The song, I don't know if I can use it though. It's called Faithfully by Journey.
Faithfully counts.
That counts? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Counts. But yes, that is the end of our game.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun. I want to do another one.
Maybe we can do it on your show. And you
yeah.
songs and stuff. That would be fun. I do it for my guests. I don't participate. It giggles for me, really. And it's a nice little icebreaker to what could be sometimes very serious conversations. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, that was so much fun. We've got to do it again at some point. Oh, Thank you so much for having me on your show. Oh my gosh, this was so much fun. I hope you had a good time.
Of course. Thank you for taking the reins and putting me in the hot seat. Being single is something that all of us go through, especially adapting to this pandemic, which we're 2 years into it, unfortunately, but we should soon be out of it with vaccinated people. Please get vaccinated. If not for your health, think of everybody else's health. But that's just my own little spiel there. I'm not going to spill too much, but anyhow, thank you, Abigail, for joining me. To all my single people out there, don't be afraid of being single. It's not fun, but enjoy it, embrace it. You truly do flourish in your single season. And quite honestly, this podcast wouldn't be as awesome as it is if I was in a relationship. So I'm just going to be honest about that. So stay strong, stay fabulous. And if you enjoyed this episode, if you love the fact that your host, Dion here, was put in the hot seat for once, please feel free to tune into this on the following platforms. We are on Facebook at the Words of Fire Podcast. We're also on YouTube, and we're on Apple, Google, and Spotify. Wherever you listen to your podcast, please feel free to tune in, video, audio, however you choose to do so. If you could send it to the moon, the Milky Way, the Alpha Quadrant. Yes, I'm revealing my curriculum right now. However you choose to send it to people, please do. And feel free to let me know how you enjoyed me being in the hot seat on Twitter at HeartWarrior24 and on Instagram at HeartWarrior25. So again, thank you for joining me, Abigail. This was so fun. And of course, you guys should check out her podcast, Manic Pixie Weirdo, which you can listen everywhere you listen to podcasts. So once again, stay healthy, stay awesome, and until next time, bye.
Bye.